Well, here we are in the company of Joe Calzaghe, still the undefeated former champion of the world. And we're sitting here at BT Sport, and behind you, Joe, are the words "the Supporters Club." Why?
Yeah, the Supporters Club's a charity, and it helps people in sport, and basically youngsters. I got involved through St Joseph's Boxing Club. That obviously the charity put money involved, help kids, improve themselves and give them opportunity. Some things that a lot of kids don't have, and obviously me coming from a council estate in Wales, find it very hard growing up, difficult. Very fortunate that I had my father, and who was big into sports and a local boxing gym. So I was very fortunate, but a lot of children aren't. So it's great that this charity can encourage people and give them an opportunity. And even if you don't want to be a boxer and a world champion, boxing is a tremendous discipline, teaches respect, keeps kids off the street, and I had a great time. Doing the documentary. It was good to go back to the boxing gym with my father Enzo, and I think it was about 10, 12 boys from all different ages, 10 to 18, come to the gym and be sparred, and they beat me up for a few rounds, so I'm definitely a bit weak. I had a few sore ribs afterwards and so on, and it was good to listen to their stories and to see how boxing has helped them and in their life. Yeah.
In the same way that it helped you, I guess boxing for you initially and the gym was a bit of an escape route, somewhere to go, then having found boxing, you found yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, if it wasn't for boxing, I don't know what I would have done. I had a bad time in school. I was bullied in school. I had not a good time, and boxing was my escapism. It was great to go to the gym and feel good about myself. Like I said, it was an outlet for me. To get my aggression out and to feel good about myself. Especially having a bad time in school and for a few years. It sort of made me a better person. And at the end of the day, it gave me a career and a life that I never would have had.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be one of those people who said, "Oh, when I was a kid, I bullied Joe Calzaghe." What happened to them?
It was verbally more than anything in gangs. They kick their ass otherwise, obviously, mate. Yeah. But people think that's the thing, because people think that I was bullied. That's why I started boxing. I was already boxing.
Yeah.
And my school outside catchment area. So at the end of the day, it was mainly gangs, boys saying things. And when you're growing up, you're a teenager. You take things really to heart and everything else.
Of course you do.
And I became more introverted in school. And like I said, when I went to the boxing gym, I could express myself. Feel confidence in myself and winning ABA titles. I felt great. And
yeah.
From that age, my dream was to become a world champion. And when I won my first schoolboy ABA title at the age of 13, that was my dream. That was my thing to say. I want to be a world champion one day.
And let's be honest, where you came from, it wasn't the worst place in the world, but neither was it Chelsea or Kensington. It was a fairly rough, tough upbringing. Not as many choices in life as a kid from the council estate. So, for yourself and now for the kids today, the gym, the work that you and your father are doing, and boxing can provide a viable outlet, I guess, not just in terms of life, but life skills, and it goes way beyond sport, doesn't it?
Of course it does. It's discipline, it's a way of defending yourself, a way of getting out your energy and so on, and teaching you respect. Is fantastic. And I think it's not enough done. I think it should bring boxing back to schools. I think that would maybe a way of dealing with people who bully and people who are getting bullied. It could help both, actually. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great sport. And like I said, if it wasn't for my amateur boxing club in Newbridge back in, I think it must have been 1981 or 1980, I actually went into the gym. I don't know what I would have done. It was either do that or play football. Back in them days, there was not much to do. So boxing was my thing, and thank God for that.
Well, I think it worked out okay for you, Joe. The old boxing career, didn't it?
It done okay. Listen, I was injured most of my career, so I think I've been pretty good with 2 good hands. But I done all right with 1.5. Yeah. 1.5 good hands. Joking. I had a fantastic career, and obviously, being inducted in the Hall of Fame this year. 25th anniversary with the company of Oscar de la Hoya and Felix Trinidad. What can I say? That's like icing on the cake for me, and it was a proud moment for my family, for myself and my father.
Fantastic. And also, I think you got it just right. 46 fights, 46 wins. No, the zeros there will always be there. It's hard to get it right. So many boxers get it wrong, don't they? Do you believe 4 or 5 years on that you got your retirement dead right? And you may miss it a bit, but you're content.
Yeah, I feel blessed. Of course I'm content. At the end of the day, to retire at the top, it's a very, very rare thing, and on my own terms. I beat Mikko Kessler at the Millennium Stadium, unifying all the titles, a decade of being the world champion, you know, and going to the States, fighting in Vegas, and having the tremendous experience, and Madison Square Garden to finish off against Roy Jones. It's like a dream, especially where I came from, you know, and the little halls and leisure centres I boxed in as an amateur, you know, those smoky little workman clubs, and to think that I ended up, and all the hard work, and, you know, ended up Madison Square Garden, and to finish undefeated was, you know, was amazing. And of course we miss it, you know. I think you'd lie if if any sportsman had been a top football boxer in any sport doesn't miss it. But, you know what I mean, to quit at the top, you know what I mean, so retire from boxing, not boxing retire me. So that's a great thing, you know. So yeah, I'm happy to watch other fighters now and stay on the safe side of the ropes.
Fantastic. Well, listen, keep up the good work. It sounds like you're doing a great job. You know, boxing is much maligned, isn't it, sometimes, but I'm sure you'd be the first to say there's so many positives, and as you say, you know, maybe more kids particularly should be doing it, not just for the sport but for the discipline.
Yeah, of course, definitely. You know, it teaches yourself so much respect, discipline, keeps you off the street. You know, and there's so many kids that kept me off the street, and people I know, you know, and I know children that, well, I had children and a kid that went the wrong way, and see what happened to them. You know, and definitely a lot safer in the ring, I think, sometimes than being outside the ring, especially for me. So it's a fantastic sport, and hopefully, you know, we can go on and create more interest in kids going to the gym and using it in a positive way.
Good man.
Thank you very much.